Let us talk about soil science and soil formation. Soil is the most important resource for crop production. Without soil, crops cannot grow. Understanding soil and how it forms is essential for your exams. This is Topic 3. We are discussing soil science and soil formation. By the end of this lesson, you will understand what soil is, how soil is formed, the factors affecting soil formation, the composition of soil, soil profile, types of soil, and how to answer exam questions. Take your notes. Let us go. First, what is soil? Soil is the upper layer of the Earth's crust in which plants grow. Soil is a mixture of mineral particles, organic matter, water, air, and living organisms. Soil is not just dirt. It is a living, dynamic system. Good soil is full of life. It contains bacteria, fungi, earthworms, insects, and plant roots. Soil takes a very long time to form. It can take hundreds or thousands of years to form just a few centimeters of soil. That is why soil conservation is so important. Now let me explain the composition of soil. Soil is made up of 4 main components. The first component is mineral matter. This is about 45% of soil. Mineral matter comes from rocks that have been broken down into tiny particles. These particles are sand, silt, and clay. Sand particles are the largest. They feel gritty. Silt particles are smaller. They feel smooth like flour. Clay particles are the smallest. They feel sticky when wet. The second component is organic matter. This is about 5% of soil. Organic matter comes from dead plants and animals. When plants and animals die, they decompose. Their remains become part of the soil. Organic matter is also called humus. Humus is dark and spongy. It holds water and nutrients. It feeds soil organisms. It makes soil fertile. The third component is water. This is about 25% of soil. Water fills the spaces between soil particles. Plants take up water through their roots. Water also dissolves nutrients so plants can absorb them. The fourth component is air. This is about 25% of soil. Air also fills the spaces between soil particles. Plant roots and soil organisms need air to breathe. If the soil is waterlogged, there is no air. Roots will die. Now, let me explain how soil is formed. Soil formation is called pedogenesis. It is a slow process. Soil forms from parent material. Parent material is the rock or sediment from which the soil develops. There are 2 types of parent material. Residual parent material is rock that has weathered in place. It has not moved. Transported parent material has been moved by water, wind, ice, or gravity. Examples include alluvium deposited by rivers and loess deposited by wind. Soil formation involves 2 main processes. Weathering is the breaking down of rocks into smaller particles. There are 3 types of weathering. Physical weathering breaks rocks without changing their chemical composition. Examples include temperature changes, frost action, and abrasion. Chemical weathering changes the chemical composition of rocks. Examples include oxidation, hydrolysis, and carbonation. Biological weathering is caused by living organisms. Plant roots can crack rocks. Lichens produce acids that dissolve rocks. The second process is decomposition. Decomposition is the breakdown of organic matter by soil organisms. Bacteria, fungi, earthworms, and insects eat dead plants and animals. They convert the organic matter into humus. Humus mixes with mineral particles to form soil. Now let me explain the factors affecting soil formation. There are 5 main factors. The first factor is parent material. The type of rock determines the mineral composition of the soil. Soils from granite are different from soils from limestone. The second factor is climate. Climate is the most important factor. Temperature and rainfall affect weathering. In hot, wet climates, weathering is fast. Soils are deep and weathered. In cold, dry climates, weathering is slow. Soils are shallow. The third factor is topography. Topography is the shape of the land. On steep slopes, erosion removes soil. Soils are thin. On flat land, soils are deeper. South-facing slopes are warmer than north-facing slopes. This affects soil formation. The fourth factor is organisms. Plants, animals, and microorganisms affect soil formation. Plant roots break up rock. Earthworms mix the soil. Bacteria decompose organic matter. The fifth factor is time. Soil formation takes a long time. Older soils are more developed. They have distinct layers called horizons. Younger soils are less developed. Now let me explain the soil profile. A soil profile is a vertical section of the soil from the surface down to the parent material. It shows the different layers of the soil. These layers are called horizons. The top horizon is the O horizon. O stands for organic. This layer is made of dead leaves, twigs, and other organic matter. It is dark and spongy. It is only found in forests and grasslands. The next horizon is the A horizon. This is the topsoil. It is a mixture of mineral particles and organic matter. It is dark because of the humus. The A horizon is the most fertile part of the soil. Most plant roots grow in this horizon. The next horizon is the E horizon. It stands for alluviation. This layer is light in color. Water has washed minerals and nutrients down to lower layers. The E horizon is not present in all soils. The next horizon is the B horizon. This is the subsoil. It is lighter in color than the A horizon. It contains minerals and nutrients that have been washed down from above. The B horizon is less fertile than the A horizon. The next horizon is the C horizon. This is the parent material. It is weathered rock that has not yet become soil. It is found below the B horizon. The bottom layer is the R horizon. R stands for bedrock. This is solid rock that has not weathered. It is found below the C horizon. Now let me explain the types of soil. Soils are classified by the size of their particles. Sand has large particles. Sandy soil feels gritty. It drains quickly. It does not hold water or nutrients well. It is easy to work. It warms up quickly in spring, but it is not very fertile. Silt has medium particles. Silty soil feels smooth like flour. It holds water better than sand. It is more fertile than sand. It is easy to work. Clay has very small particles. Clay soil feels sticky when wet. It holds water very well. It holds nutrients very well. It is very fertile, but it drains poorly. It becomes waterlogged. It is hard to work when wet. It cracks when dry. Loam is a mixture of sand, silt, and clay. Loam has about 40% sand, 40% silt, and 20% clay. Loam is the best soil for farming. It holds water and nutrients well. It drains well. It is easy to work. It is fertile. Most crops grow best in loam. Now let me explain soil texture and soil structure. Soil texture is the proportion of sand, silt, and clay in the soil. Texture affects how the soil behaves. Sandy soils drain quickly. Clay soils hold water. You cannot change soil texture easily. Soil structure is how the soil particles are arranged into aggregates. Good soil structure has crumbs or granules. It allows water and air to move through the soil. Poor soil structure is massive or platy. It restricts water and air movement. Farmers can improve soil structure by adding organic matter and avoiding compaction. A common exam question asks you to describe the composition of soil. Here is a sample answer. Soil is composed of mineral matter about 45%, organic matter about 5%, water about 25%, and air about 25%. Mineral matter comes from weathered rocks. Organic matter comes from dead plants and animals. Water and air fill the spaces between soil particles. All four components are necessary for plant growth. Another exam question asks you to explain the factors affecting soil formation. Here is your answer. The 5 factors are parent material, climate, topography, organisms, and time. Parent material determines the mineral composition. Climate affects the rate of weathering. Topography affects erosion and depth. Organisms add organic matter and break up rock. Time determines how developed the soil is. These factors interact to produce different types of soil. Another exam question asks you to describe the soil profile. Here is your answer. The soil profile has horizontal layers called horizons. From top to bottom, they are O horizon of organic matter, A horizon of topsoil, E horizon of alluviation, B horizon of subsoil, C horizon of parent material, and R horizon of bedrock. The A horizon is the most fertile. Plant roots grow mainly in the A horizon. The lower horizons are less fertile. Another exam question asks you to distinguish between sand, silt, and clay. Here is your answer. Sand particles are the largest. They feel gritty. Sandy soil drains quickly but is not fertile. Silt particles are medium. They feel smooth. Silty soil holds water better than sand. Clay particles are the smallest. They feel sticky. Clay soil holds water and nutrients well but drains poorly. Loam is a mixture of all 3 and is the best for farming. Here is what you need to take away. Soil is a mixture of minerals, organic matter, water and air. Soil forms from parent material through weathering and decomposition. The 5 factors of soil formation are parent material, climate, topography, organisms, and time. The soil profile has horizons O, A, E, B, C, and R. Soils are classified by particle size into sand, silt, clay, and loam. Loam is the best for farming. Practice these concepts. When you have them down, move to topic 4.